Good morning, Suzanne Joy. You ready to tune in?
Good morning, Deborah Leanne. Yes, here we go.
Okay, you want to introduce our pulse that we're playing with, plus new moon energies, plus all the planetary stuff,
Yes,
solar
yes, yes.
flares.
So today we're moving in Gene Key 16, and this is written by Richard Rudd. And this is all about magical genius. That sounds delicious. And the shadow of this key is indifference. But out of the shadow, we move to versatility. And the Siddhic state, or the highest essence of consciousness, is mastery. I really like that. Could use some of that. And I was chatting with ChatGPT just for funsies, and this new moon is in Gemini, and it said, "Hey, Suzanne, you want to feel into the themes of curiosity, self-expression, and trusting those little inner whispers that want our attention." And that kind of with the new moon, and then mastery. I mean, yeah, that's kind of all about your own self-expression and how you show up in life. So
And it's ordinary. I
ordinary.
find fascinating.
Yeah.
It's seeing the beauty in everything. It's being so connected that and this is funny because do you remember when people used to say, "Oh, I'm a jack of all trades, master of none?"
Mm-hmm.
Like, no. Somebody who has their anything and everything they touch is beautiful is a master. So and we want to get away from that specialization. You know, what, 35, 40 years ago when I got my MBA, you got an MBA. You had an emphasis, like a minor, but you didn't have like now there's like 45,000 different MBAs that you can get with such specific, one of my daughters is communications and information technology. I'm like, okay. So what I would like to play with is how do we feel, because we need to learn to recognize the indifference when we fall into it, which is like what 90% of the humans on this planet are living in right now. How does that feel to you? Do you even know? See, I think I don't notice it until I wake up. What?
Well, this is really funny. So when, I was tapping into this particular gene key, it's all about that addiction to knowledge or information and techniques. It's like you're so about the process. And here I am chatting with ChatGPT and I'm laughing at myself. Like part of it's like, Suzanne, that's helpful, but at the same time, remember that you're tuning back into you. But I was like, well, what's really new moon about? I don't know. I don't always remember all of the planetary things. And I don't have the bandwidth always to listen to everybody else's spiels anymore.
No.
I don't have the bandwidth for it.
And I think that's why this ties in so beautifully with the pausing and the Richard's been talking about the art of contemplation this month. Excuse me, I've got something caught there. And the more we pause and drop into I don't know, into being who we are, that's when we drop into our own mastery, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, relaxing into it. And so what I am feeling is, what is whispering within us? What are the little whispers that are like niggling at you? I'm calling it kind of like little soul droplets, or like things that we kind of push away, or because we're so involved in life that we kind of we put it on the back burner, and it's going to continue to niggle. And so when we think about the gift of this, it's really about moving between that art and science, that balance of logic as well as intuition, right? And so those whispers are part of your intuitive abilities. and really, take note. What's your heart whispering?
Well, one of the people I do listen to get her insights on what's going on in the planetary energies, she said, write down your whispers because they're going to be coming so fast and furious. And if you do not take note, even though at the time you're like, oh, that's ridiculous, it's going to go and land somewhere else and they're going to take the ball and run with it. That these inspirational downloads or uploads or whatever, wherever the energy is coming from, are going to continue to come fast and furious. We're in a huge process of evolution in the next couple of years. And it is, for those of us who are more aware, we can use this time to play with our growth, our expansion. It's funny. I had a blessing with my water this morning. Remember when we used to do that a lot? And I do that with my food a lot too. But I was asking to remember my ancient healing modalities because I want to upgrade the cells in my body to be able to handle this intensity. And without the stress hormones like aging me, right? I don't need to, I already did that. Thank you very much. The last 5 years, especially since COVID, I have gone into um, an accelerated aging thing. And I was like, I don't think that's the way it has to be. So what if I were to play with this and talk to my cells? Used to do this all the time. And I'm laughing because I'm like, okay, it's my turn to remember to do this and to remember that our body is always listening. So when we're lovingly washing ourselves in the shower or feeding ourselves or moving our body in some form of exercise, how do we talk to ourselves like, I want to be the vital, vibrant light that I'm here to be in service. And so what I'm wondering is if we could put that question out to everyone, like, what is it that you might be hearing now that is a way of stepping further into your mastery of being that healing presence that we're each not supposed. Listen to my languaging. That we're each given the opportunity to play with right now. So that was my little soapbox. But so where do you think we can play with the gift, the versatility? The indifference is something like, it's almost like I've been on autopilot. I've been driving without thinking, oh, wake up. Okay. So now I'm aware. I'm talking to the drivers. I'm in the driver's seat and I'm in charge again. What does versatility feel like to you? Can you tell me? Because I really am having a problem trying to embody that.
I feel like this one sentence that he has kind of sums it up, and this is Richard Rudd. Versatility happens to be a highly energy efficient field of consciousness.
Oh, I love that. We talk about energy efficiency a lot with our systems.
Yeah. I mean, he uses Leonardo da Vinci as a great example of somebody that had versatility. He was an artist as well as a scientist. It's that blend of being.
Yeah. And he was so curious. I think that was why he was like, I'm going to play with, what's this about this planet? Oh, what's this about this? Oh, I'm going to draw the human body. I'm so, he was so, and I think that's what, and I think he said that's why people that have this gift tend to be viewed as geniuses and masters and so forth, even though they're really good at anything they touch because they put their full essence into it,
Right. They're usually polymaths of some sort.
And I love that term, polymath. I used to call it, what was it, multi-passionate. What was it? There was a term for it about having a lot of different passions versus, everybody was always trying to get us to focus on one area. I'm like, ew.
And I'm like, well, we're multidimensional beings.
I know. No, thank you.
We're not just a linear, this
Like,
who we are.
you remember like when you were a kid and my kids just wanted plain pasta every single day. And then they were like, oh, well, I kind of like garlic salt on it and Parmesan. Oh, let's add some salt and pepper. I mean, little by little, I think I'm going to try this sauce on it. But I mean, I don't want to eat the same thing every day. I want so much beautiful variety and beauty.
Yeah. And I think that that's what we can tap into is what's that inside of us that that maybe we haven't explored. So if you're feeling stuck, this is an opportunity to kind of tap into what wants to kind of expand or grow into or try that maybe you tried a long time ago and then maybe you want to dabble in it again, or maybe you've never experienced it before. So just
Yeah.
staying open.
And I think my challenge for me is I'm going to wake up in the morning and have my phone not next to me. I put a little alarm clock so I can look and see the time without having to get my phone, because as soon as I pick that thing up, I feel like my whole spirit is hijacked by whatever the weather is going to be in the news. So I'm playing with that. The other thing is I'm not putting my glasses next to my bed. So I can't get up and, you know, put on the eyes to see this world. I want to stay in that beautiful space when you're in that in between space where you're still in the soul journey space. So I'm just wondering, what are some ways that we can play with um, pausing so that we can get these revelations, so that we can receive these downloads. Um, and I'm just going to leave it at that because that's what I think my challenge is for me. I'm challenging you.
It's a great challenge, especially when we're so bombarded by so much noise. I call it noise, but it's anything that may not resonate with where you are
Yeah.
or what you want to do, right? So
Yeah, but it's like we have the remote in our hand. We can change the channel.
right.
And I was just thinking this morning. So yeah, that lasted how long before you got up and thought, I need to vacuum that back room because it got all the tornado stuff blown in it. I'm still cleaning out leaves out of the pillows and the blankets. And I'm like, so I notice how I get into unplugging from my essence and plugging right back into what I think the world is asking of me. And I want to be a conscious, because then I have choice. Then I get to step away from that autopilot thing and come back.
Yeah.
What about do you have reactive and repressive or anything in there?
We do, but I'm feeling to talk about the mastery.
Oh, go there.
And we get into mastery. That's when we're working with our partners in this life. That is all about purpose, partnerships, and prosperity. And it's really about the art of living well. And I kind of feel like that's, we find the people that we're here to develop the new earth. So that's the mudra.
Yep. It's these four touching,
Okay.
and then you just weave the other ones together, kind of like a little basket that's
Mm-hmm.
holding the eggs, it almost feels like. And then if you hold it down around your belly
Yeah.
and breathe into it, it's kind of locked in,
Yeah.
breathing in the mastery.
This this is all about the breath of God. And, as um as we sit with that, it's just recognize where your energy is, and what you focus on is where your energy goes.
And we're creating our future with every thought. I know that we know this, but it doesn't, I forget because when we're in indifference, our future is being created for us because we're not in the creative mode, right? And how do we see, one of the things he said in his transmission was seeing the beauty in everything.
Mhm.
That's mastery. Ah, complete.
Complete.
Take excellent care, everyone.
Much love.
We need you. We need you to shine your light. Take good care.